What's up, fellas? How are y'all doing today? We are continuing our Dragon Ball Z manga review, and we are continuing with the Cell Saga. So last time we went over the Namek Saga, and today we're doing the Android/Cell Saga. Let's hop into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off the review with this. The Cell Saga is my favorite Dragon Ball Z saga. I will say this, comparing it to the Namek Saga though. I think the first half of the Cell Saga can be a little sluggish, but I think the Namek Saga is really good. I think the Namek Saga is more consistent versus the Cell Saga, but overall, I like the Cell Saga more. It's my favorite saga from Dragon Ball Z. So, anyways, let's start from the beginning. So I think this arc starts off really cool. You have Frieza coming back with his dad, and of course, the original vision is that Goku is gonna come back to defeat him. But I like the twist that they do. Instead of having a Namek Saga 2.0, I like how they have a brand new character come in who we've never met before and dispatch this threat and show this is not the main focus of this next saga, which is really cool. I think Trunks has a really cool introduction, and Dragon Ball Z had its problems with the time traveling stuff. It obviously wasn't perfect. It's a hard thing to get perfect. However, I think Akira Toriyama did a pretty good job, and for the most part, I really like what he did. And I will talk about the time traveling and future Trunks specifically in another video. And by the way, that video is going to be just an extra video. That's not part of Dragon Ball Thon, but I'm going to talk about that just in a later episode, more on him. So we're just going to focus on the Android Saga, nothing with the future timeline and stuff. But yeah, just quick disclaimer. So Future Trunks has great introduction, really cool. Goku getting taken out by a heart virus sucks or whatever, right? But they had to have a way to write him out the story, and it actually does affect the Android Saga in the beginning, it wasn't too bad. It actually does have an effect throughout the saga itself, even though we are warned about it. So I like how instantly when Trunks comes back and we've already defeated a few of the androids, it's Trunks is oh crap, how's the timeline messed up this much? Not only are there more androids in this timeline, the androids 17 and 18 are even stronger in this timeline than they are in his, which is crazy. I really like the combo of 17, 18, and 16 during the saga. I love just seeing them interact. They're three characters. They're three brand new characters, and their dynamic is just so cool. You don't really get to see too much of it in the manga, but at least in the anime, it's really cool, man. Their dynamic is awesome. I love seeing them interact with each other. It's great. Now, I will say, they do write out the androids as a threat pretty quickly. I don't think people realize this, but pretty quickly into the Android Saga, Cell gets established, and you can tell, this guy is the big bad of this series. But so it does suck how the androids got written off as the main villains pretty quickly, but I also think it was a good decision because it keeps the series fresh, and it also makes an enemy and it also forces the situation of the androids having to team up with the humans to fight against this threat. So, which is also one thing I liked about the Namek Saga, Frieza making Vegeta and the Z Fighters team up against him, which is also really cool. I love it when series do that. Cell has one of the best introductions in this series. What I think the best way to compare it to, I know this is obviously afterwards, but in Dragon Ball Super manga, when Goku Black gets introduced, it gives that exact same feeling. It's just this eerie feeling of people missing, a town getting destroyed, and then at the end you finally meet Cell and you're what is this guy? You know what I'm saying? So one of the best introductions in this series, in my opinion. So I love how Piccolo's solution to power up to fight the androids and Cell is to fuse with Kami. And I do love how this was something established in the last arc, and it was also hinted at. I don't remember if it was during the last arc or at the beginning of this arc, but it was hinted at before him and Kami fusing back together. No, it was back in the Namek Saga because Guru said something about it. But yeah, so the main reason why I love them fusing, obviously Piccolo gets more powerful, love that. But I just love how like Piccolo's character does change sort of like after this. Like he takes on some of Kami's qualities. So like it shows that like he's not Kami or he's not Piccolo or Kami anymore. Like they're one again. Like it's mostly Piccolo's character, but we do see Kami's influence in him now. Obviously for the writing, you had to have Vegeta and Trunks go in the hyperbolic time chamber first, which is fine, you know, like they're the interaction that lets Cell get to its perfect form, and like it's completely in character with Vegeta. Like he's trying to fulfill his pride, and he wants to have a worthy opponent. And I mean Krillin also folded, but like Krillin's wasn't like necessarily out of ignorance. It was because of the kindness of his heart. Yes, both him and Vegeta like folded in the situation, but Vegeta's was just for a selfish purpose. Krillin's was because he saw that the androids weren't all bad, that they were more misguided, and that they could change, which I think is a W moment for Krillin's character. Like, people just think of it as he's selling, but I think it's a good growing part for his character. Because I think old Krillin would have, like, no hesitation would have stopped would have destroyed the androids right there, but I just think it's a true growing moment for him to actually consider the possibility of not doing it, and him ultimately choosing not to do it. Then, of course, we skip over to the hyperbolic time chamber part. I loved getting to see getting to see Goku and Gohan interact in this space, because, I mean, so Gohan was really little, like 4 or 5 years old when Raditz comes in the situation, right? So, like, obviously him and Goku have been spending time, but, like, Gohan's just now, like, gotten into his, like, consciousness and, like, starting to remember stuff, like, as you do as a kid. He's just starting to get to that age. And right when he gets to that age, Goku dies and Piccolo watches over him for a year. Now, Goku comes back, but then, like, the whole Namek situation happens, so they don't get to spend much time together. And that whole thing happens, and at the end of the Namek Saga, Goku's gone for, like, another year. It's just a whole thing. And obviously, you do have that 3-year time skip in between, which had some really good, like, filler moments, by the way. My favorite being Goku and Piccolo getting their driver's license. Love that episode. But yeah. But I think this was just a nice growing moment for Goku and Gohan together. It was great. Goku's helping Gohan, like, overcome his fears and doubts. And Goku's, like, trying to prove to Gohan that he does have what it takes to become stronger than everyone else. And then we go into the Cell games. Now, Goku has a great fight with Cell. It's a really good fight, but obviously the main course of this fight is Gohan versus Cell. And it's a great fight. Like, Gohan's holding his own, but he still doesn't have what it takes for Cell. And I think it was so in character for Cell to just be like, to like feed into is like, well, if Goku, the strongest person here, decided to step out and said this man can beat him, I'm going to see what this power he's talking about. And I think it's super in character for Cell to do whatever he can to draw out this power from him. And he does, which I think is great. And obviously he's getting destroyed, and then Cell tries to blow himself up. Now, during this fight with Gohan, at first, Piccolo was talking to him, and Goku was realizing, oh shit, what have I done? Gohan's not like me. Like, maybe he doesn't have it in him. However, when Goku snaps, he does finally realize that, like, okay, I was right. He does have it what's in with him. But then when Cell tries to blow himself up, Goku takes responsibility for ultimately, like, Goku's basically what caused it to come to this point, and he does take responsibility, and he says it's fine. I think this is my favorite part in the series, like, my favorite part in Dragon Ball Z, seeing Goku sacrifice himself right here. It's just such a strong moment, man. Like, it's so great. Yeah, so Goku sacrificed himself, really great, and Super Cell comes back and takes out Trunks. Now, Trunks is dead here, and I think this is one of Vegeta's strongest moments. I put this moment, like, on the level with Majin Vegeta blowing himself up. So during the hyperbolic time chamber, we saw Trunks and Vegeta slowly getting closer and closer. And it sucks for Trunks because, like, he's only had his mom or whatever. He's only heard stories from his dad. And when he does finally get to spend time with his dad's a dick. I mean, his dad's Vegeta. Like, he kind of got hoed on the lottery there. But, I mean, when Trunks dies and Vegeta just snaps and just, like, takes his rage out on Cell, that's just, like, such a powerful moment, man. I'm tearing up. It's just such a powerful moment. Like, one of my all-time favorite moments in the series. And then, of course, the fight with Cell and Gohan continues on. And that final Kamehameha, man. This is, like, this is one of my all-time favorite beam clashes. It's a really intense struggle, obviously. I love how Goku's supporting Gohan in spirit, right? Not only that, I love how everyone in the Z Fighters is behind Cell, just throwing everything they can at him to help Gohan out in this situation. I just love it, man. Because obviously, when the Cell Juniors came out, the humans and stuff, like, no one was really able to do anything to these Cell Juniors. And now, like, they're doing whatever they can to help out Gohan in this last moment. And when Gohan finally takes him out, it's just such a great moment. Then after this, of course, we have them using the Dragon Balls again. And I just think it's great how, like, Krillin's wish was to... At first, he tries to turn them back into human. And even though the Dragon can't do that, he still wishes for the bombs to be removed from them. Which is, like, taking Krillin's, like, action that he did with destroying the remote back full circle. It's just so great. And, like, in 18, because obviously the androids aren't just heartless killing machines, like, they still retain their emotions. So I love how, like, 18's like, I'm a killing machine, like, why would you, like, do this for me? And Krillin's just like no one deserves to, like, have what they had done to them, like, done to them, basically. Like, this arc is really great for Krillin, man. Like, it just fully fleshes out his character, which is great. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. One of my absolute favorite moments for TN specifically is this Neo Tri-Beam attack, using it to hold down Semi-Perfect Cell. Just forgot to mention that. One of my all-time favorite moments. But yeah. And of course, Trunks goes back to, like, defeat the androids. And this time, like, he's seen Cell and stuff. So, like, he doesn't fail to take out Imperfect Cell this time, which is great. I mean, but yeah, I mean, this arc's great, man. Overall, this is I'm gonna give this arc an 8. I'm gonna give this arc a 9 out of 10. It's my favorite Dragon Ball Z arc. I absolutely love it, man. That's the end of our review. If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure y'all like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when the next Dragon Ball Fan video drops. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.